How's everybody doing? Alrighty then, so we kinda got some good news here. Following ferocious PC backlash, PSN accounts will become optional but offer in-game rewards. I think this is a great way for them to do this. Just take the PSN account and make it optional and give incentives as rewards for people to connect their PSN accounts on PC. I think this is the best way they could have done. They should have done this from the beginning instead of all of that BS with Helldivers 2 and all of that. This is what they should have done. An account for PlayStation Network will become optional for these titles on PC, reads a new post on the PS blog. While that will be welcome news for PC users, Sony obviously still wants you to engage with PSN, of course. So it's also offering a new incentive for linking your PSN account on PC, which I think this is the best way to do it. On Spider-Man 2, early unlock suits, the Spider-Man 2099 black suit and Miles Morales 2099 suit. God of War Ragnarok gains access to the armor of Black Bear for Kratos and the first lost item chests in the Realm Between Realms, previously only accessible in the New Game Plus run, and a resourceful bundle of 500x silver and 250 XP. Last of Us Part 2 Remaster, plus 50 points to activate bonus feature and unlock extras, and Jordan's jacket from Intergalactic as a skin for Ellie, I guess. Horizon Zero Dawn Remaster, gain access to Nora Valiant outfit. This is the best way for them to do this. Just if you don't want to connect your PSN account, you don't have to. But if you want, you get some rewards for that. I think this is a great way for them to do this, because man, PSN account is unavailable in so many countries that Sony themselves are blocking sales of games. It's so stupid, but at least they seem to have listened to the players and are changing, and I think it's the best way to do it. And now to go for a more this is on Push Square. BioWare is downsizing as it focused on next Mass Effect. Some staff moved to other EA teams. Studio is in between full development cycles. Man, here's the thing. This is happening because of the failure that was Dragon Age Veilguard. That's all this is. And let's see if Mass Effect even releases, because BioWare is kind of in a rough position with the failure that was Anthem and now the failure that is Veilguard. This is getting a bit danger zone for them. In a post to the developers blog, General Manager Gary McKay said the restructuring is all about holding ourselves to the highest quality standards. Why didn't you do that for the Dragon Age Veilguard? A core team that includes veterans from the original Mass Effect trilogy is currently making the next game, including Mike Gamble, Preston Watamaniuk, weird name, Derek Watts, Perry Schley, and others. McKay continues speaking of the early stages of the RPG. Is currently at. Given the stage of development, we don't require support from a full studio. We have incredible talent here at BioWare, and so we have worked diligently over the past few months to match many of our colleagues with other teams at EA that had open roles that were a strong fit. By downsizing as BioWare looks to create the next Mass Effect entry, McKay states, this will see the studio become a more agile, focused studio that produces unforgettable RPGs. I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. I think a studio is better when they have few but very good developers working, instead of having like 1,000 developers working on the game, but none of them knows what the hell they are doing. I think a small development group that is very good at what they do is the best way to do a great game. Just look at the games that are coming out from China, with Black Myth Wukong, now with the Phantom Zero Blade that is getting praised all over the internet. Those are small studios that are doing those games. And how the hell are they doing a better job than these studios like BioWare and Ubisoft and all of that have hundreds and hundreds and maybe even thousands of people working there. How the hell is that possible? It's... oh my god. I never thought I would see a day where the best games with the most quality would be coming out of China and the worst games would be coming out of the, well, Europe, America. Man, what a weird times we live in. And now to go from a bit of a humor, God of War will tackle Egyptian mythology in the next game. Okay, the Egyptian mythology, it's one that it's been rumored for a while now. According to a new report, the answer is Egyptian, as spotted by insider game Daniel RPK. As posted on his paywalled Patreon feed, that God of War will pay a visit to the Egyptian pantheon in the series' next title. Apparently, Santa Monica Studio is currently casting for Middle Eastern actors to appear in a new game, which is likely to be the next God of War that explores Egyptian mythology. Okay, here's my question then. Because they released, I think it was a comic book of Kratos that when the end of the God of War 3, between the end of God of War 3 and the beginning of the God of War Norse mythology, he went to Egypt. So, is this game gonna be telling that story of when Kratos went to Egypt, or is this a new story of him going back to Egypt, for example, with Atreus? But here's the thing: if this is a game, a God of War game, but it's only playing as Atreus in Egypt, I'm not gonna lie, my hype will die in an instant. I have no problem with Atreus, but for me, God of War is playing as Kratos, so I hope they continue the story with Kratos, because I like Atreus, but man, Kratos is the main character of God of War, period. End of story. No Kratos, no buy from me. Unless the game, if the game is really good and everyone is praising it, maybe I'll buy it on a sale or something like that, but without Kratos, I think the game loses a lot of its identity. And I say that because, man, as much as Atreus is a good character, is not the raging beast that Kratos is, and when we go play God of War, we want to play as the raging beast that is Kratos. Simple as that. But we will see if this is true or not. I'm hoping they announce a new God of War game maybe this year or next year, since it's been what, 2.5 years since Ragnarok came out. So let's see what they do. And now Xbox wants to beat PS6 on hardware capabilities, not necessarily games. Let's build innovative them. Why are some words so difficult to say? Let's build innovative hardware that people want to use to play. Okay, but here's the thing. You can have all that hardware, but if you don't have good games for that hardware, what does it matter? What does it matter? Microsoft in response has effectively ripped off the Band-Aid and is in the process of rebranding as a third-party publisher. Last week, boss Phil Spencer indicated that virtually all of his firm's future games will release on Sony's system. Of course they will. Microsoft needs to release their games on PlayStation because that's where they get the sales. If Xbox fans might not like to hear that, but it's the truth. PlayStation will not put their games on Xbox because they will get no sales from that. Simple as that. Because Xbox players are now used to the Game Pass, and if a game doesn't go to the Game Pass, they will not buy it and they will not play it. Simple as that. I want people to pick hardware based on the capabilities of that hardware and how it fits into the choices that they want to make about where they want to play. And we want our hardware to win based on the hardware capabilities that we have. I mean, in a way that works for Nintendo, but Nintendo also has very good games. So it is a balance between good hardware and good games. If you only have one, doesn't mean nothing, because even on when Xbox basically always releases a more powerful console than the PlayStation, but never sells as much as PlayStation. Why? Because PlayStation has better games. Simple as that. But we will see what they do with innovative hardware. And now to end in something of a funny story, this is on Eurogamer. Nintendo loses trademark fight against Super Mario Supermarket. And I was like, oh my freaking god, why the hell would Nintendo enter a trademark fight against a supermarket? Wow, because of the name, there are a million people's named Mario. Shut the hell up, Nintendo. Man, Nintendo has this obsession. They even did it with Pal World last year, just because of the, in a way, type of Pokeballs that Pal World had. It's so stupid. The Super Mario shop in San Ramon is allegedly named as such because it is a supermarket run by a local man named Don Jose Mario Alfaro Gonzalez, or Mario for short. But despite trading under the Super Mario name for decades, Nintendo recently took an interest when Mario's son attempted to renew the shop's registered trademark. In a post on shop's Facebook page, which Carlos Charlito Alfaro maintains alongside working in his dad's Mario shop, Alfaro says he first registered Super Mario Shop as a brand shortly after graduating from university in 2013. Last year it was time to renew the registration, Alfaro stated, which prompted Nintendo to get involved. Thank you enormously to my legal advisor and accountant Jose Edgardo Jimenez Blanco, who took care of the registration and the man, some words are so hard to say for me and I don't know why. Yes, that word, fight for the right to a trademark, Alfaro wrote. For a moment we thought about throwing in the towel. How were we going to win the fight against such a commercial monster? More with the amount of legal documents submitted by them to ensure the victory. I'm not gonna read all of that. Okay, so they tried to go after this supermarket and they lost because it makes no sense. What else is there to say? And yes, even it's even the guy's name. So why these foolish lawsuits that make no sense? About time Nintendo's legal team got humble and the ninjas fell off a cliff. This is an absurd case. Yes, it is. It's so stupid, man. Multiple people have said this story is false. Who said it's fake? Please direct me. Search found a new story. Okay, if it's fake, it's fake. It's funny nonetheless. And knowing Nintendo, I would believe that they would do that. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of this. Let me know if you guys are excited for a God of War in Egypt. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.